We're just a catalyst away from this cryptocurrency market finally blasting off. Lots of people believe we've missed the top. Well, I'm going to tell you that we haven't. And in fact, Michael Saylor just went even more bullish on the market. We're going to talk a bit about what's going on, why he's so bullish, and understanding who is currently buying cryptocurrency. Very interesting. If you enjoy that content, you want to know more, smash that like button. Let's get into it. So those of you that have been around a while, you know Michael Saylor is the biggest Bitcoin bull on the planet. Super big on buying, holding, and actually giving his view on why Bitcoin is such an important asset going forward. Now, we've seen some real volatility in the market recently. In fact, we saw a pretty big dump all the way down to as low as 56,200. Well, guess what? We're almost back up to 58K right now. So what's going on? Why are we seeing such volatility? And again, why is it important that Michael Saylor is giving his view on the market? Well, there has been some pretty interesting developments recently. Now, over big institutions, banks, and much more now having to disclose what's on their balance sheet, which you haven't seen before. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley all now announcing they are holding Bitcoin ETFs to the sum of around $5 billion, which is absolutely wild. If you then compound that with what Michael Saylor talks about, particularly from a company standpoint, in fact, let's just listen to what he had to say.
Convert your capital to BTC. Convert your cash flows to BTC. Issue equity to buy BTC when it's accretive. Issue debt to buy BTC when it's accretive. Don'ts. Don't bleed your capital with taxable dividends. Don't surrender your capital with stock buybacks. Don't dilute your shareholders with risky, overpriced M&A activity. Here's our typical corporation, $100 million of cash flow, $1 billion of enterprise value. It's growing. It's generating a lot of cash flow. Its share price is $100. And now the issue is, what's your strategy? Normie, maxi, double maxi, triple maxi. Well, the normie is going to be okay. You'll have a $1,200 stock price, but just 10% allocation doubles it. The maxi is going to nearly 8x it. The double maxi is $17,000 stock. The triple maxi is $28,000. What kind of company do you want to run?
So now all of a sudden it makes sense. You've got these huge banks that are hedging against an inflationary number that's not the US dollar. And I think this is where the truth lies. We're seeing some incredible price manipulation. We're seeing some suppression in the market, but it's coming to an end. We're going to see what I think will be the most monumental move on Bitcoin very, very shortly. Why? We have rate cuts coming in September. You have a presidential election coming. And don't forget, we also have a significant amount of buy pressure about to land in September as well. This could be a monumental catalyst for Bitcoin. And that's why I think you're seeing banks and you're seeing institutions buying more and more Bitcoin. In fact, Michael Saylor even giving his view on Mara Digital. These are big mining companies that are now using convertible debt to buy more Bitcoin. Absolutely wow. $300 million in long-term convertible senior notes, which again is exactly what Michael Saylor is talking about, using debt and basically exploiting the opportunity that's in front of us. Do you honestly believe that you've got companies like MicroStrategy, Mara Digital, and many others that are leveraging this position right now in an assumption that the market's going down? If you just take Mara Digital as an example, well, they also have the mining side of it as well. So not only would they then be leveraging their debt, they'd also be mining less Bitcoin. It completely makes no sense. And I've always said the miners have a big play on this market. In fact, they go as far as to say that they would even look to move out of the US to continue their mining, to expand their mining, depending on the presidential election. So understand how much weight sits behind some of this and how important September into November is going to be for markets. It's going to be very, very interesting. And then you only have to look at market makers who currently now hold significant amounts of Bitcoin. This is Cumberland DRW. They hold a significant amount. We also have a couple of other big players in the space. Let's take a look at Galaxy Digital, for example. Once again, now holding BTC as its main asset. And this has been happening now over the last couple of days. If you watch my video, they're actually holding USDT and USDC as a significant proportion of their portfolio. Well, guess what? That's now flipped and so has the price. Yes, we're in a red day. Yes, we're about 1.5% down, but it's very interesting. We saw this dump down to 55, all of a sudden a big wick. In fact, if you take a look at the size of this wick, it's about as big as we've seen now since the dump on Monday the 5th. And my only advice is go and have a look at some of those top wallets, see what happened on Monday the 5th when that price corrected down, because, well, the honest answer is they bought more Bitcoin. So there is lots to come. Big companies leveraging debt to buy more Bitcoin. And again, Michael Saylor giving his view on why he is super bullish on the market. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. How bullish are you in the market? Where do you sit? Do you still sit that we have got to see the bull run, or do you think the bull run is over? I'm always interested to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Let me know what you think. As always, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.